It's true. For the second time in 2 years, your boy is broke. eBay has broke me. Got no more cheddar in the pockets.
Up, down, we live it up, down.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Mess Hall Digs. I am a part-time reseller, which pretty much means I try to find stuff that is at low cost and flip it online for more than that on sites such as eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Amazon, and Facebook Marketplace. If you're into that kind of stuff, consider liking and subscribing to your boy. I like to keep it real. I like to keep it fun. We have a silly goose time on this show. You're in the right spot for a good time, maybe one or two laughs. You might learn something. Kind of doubt that part. But hey, thanks for hanging out anyway. So let's jump right into this thing. So yes, as the title of the video and the thumbnail would explain, I have gone broke. I am out of money. Now, let me explain it to you. I like to use like the poker analogy when I talk about money management. So I'm going to give you a quick little money management tool on what I use. In the poker community, in the poker world, I used to play poker. One of my best friends in the world was a professional poker player. So I used to run the trail with him and play some cards. You know, we used to be hustlers back in the day, taking rent money from people sometimes. But poker players have what is called a bankroll. So their bankroll is pretty much all they can put on the table, you know, what they can afford to lose. Now, this is after bills and rent and groceries are paid for. You got a full tank of gas. You know, it's the extra money left over. Now, poker players call this their bankroll. So this is the money that I can spend playing cards and at any time risk it all. They could risk their whole bankroll at any time.
That's it. Well,
The great thing about a bankroll is it's money that doesn't matter. It's meaningless money. It's if I lose the money, it's not going to affect my life one bit. My bills are paid. There's food in the pantry. You stay with 2 gallons of milk in the fridge like Mess Hall Digs does. So you got all your bases covered. And what's left over is just do what you want with. You know, some people might invest it or put it in a savings account. You know, save up for kids' Christmas, save up for a vacation. Whatever you want to do with that extra money. You know, you can go to the movies, go see Fast and Furious. Cost you about $60 for 4 people once you buy popcorn and all that. Whatever you want to do. The money is yours to blow on what have you. Buy a nice new tie to wear to the office. Buy a nice new pair of kicks like I would do. It's just extra money. That's their bankroll. It's meaningless. Their goal is just to build that bankroll as high as they can get it so they can move up levels, spend more money, take more risks. I use that same philosophy in the resale world. So I have a bankroll as well. Now, I don't manage my bankroll as well as like a professional poker player would, because I do dip into it and pay for nice things. You know, we took a vacation to Florida. We rented a boat. I do have a boat license. It's not hard to get. It's like a 6-hour class online. We rented a boat for the day. We stayed on a hotel on the beach, food and drinks, etc. All the good stuff. I dipped into my thrift store, resale game, side hustle money to kind of pay for most of that. And then every Christmas, around Christmas, my birthday is the day after Christmas. We celebrate December huge here. We usually go on a nice trip for Christmas. 2 years ago, I went to the Bahamas. Might go to Mexico, whatever. I dip into my bankroll a little bit for that. And then if I want some flashy things, you know, you got to make you're grinding, you're hustling, you're making this extra money. You want to enjoy some of it sometimes, and that's what your boy does. But I also make sure I got a certain stash of cash available for my thrifting and treasure hunting adventures. Always gotta have cash for that. So one of my rules is I like to keep at least $200 stashed away, just in case. Like, let's say there's a return and I don't have available funds on my eBay store because I do managed payments. So I get paid out every other day on eBay. If there's a return or something happens, I want to have extra cash laying around just so I can cover that return if I have to. But I've broken that rule twice now, so I am down to $0 in my bankroll for the second time. I have no money to go thrifting with at all. Now, when poker players go broke, they lose their bankroll, a couple things happen. Now, they can ask to be staked, so someone would pay their buy-in for that cash game or tournament and say, hey, I'll pay you your $200 fee to sit down and play, but whatever you win, I get half of it. So that's one way to start building your bankroll back up. Or they borrow. So you find some rich guy that has a lot of money and say, hey, let me borrow $5,000 from you. I'm good for it. I got the skills to pay the bills. I'll get it back to you. And he'll say, okay, I'll give you the $5,000, but I'm going to put some juice on it. You got to pay me back in 30 days and I want $7,000 back. A lot of poker players take that deal because they know they can make that money back fast. Now, me, I'm not borrowing from nobody. I'm not taking loans. I'm not doing any of that. So what I have to do now is just patiently wait for items to sell and then for eBay to send my payouts and slowly build my bankroll back up so I can get to the point where I can start thrifting and spending money again. Because as a reseller, if you want to do this as a side hustle, I like side hustle is a cool term, but it's more of like a side business for me. It's a side job. It's a second job that I have. And you either want to make it that way or you're just like a tourist. You're just kind of hanging out, enjoying the little things here and there, but you're not taking it too seriously. I take it very seriously. So I have to slowly build my bankroll back up because you want to have that money available when you come across that great deal, which is what happened to me. I had about $500 stashed away in my thrifting reseller bankroll. I came across this huge lot, great deal of used shoes, a lot of valuable items in this lot, and I spent about $350 on that. And then I went thrifting and spent the rest on my thrift adventure, which put me back at $0. So I'm at $0. I'm waiting, trying to build my bankroll back up, never dip into the rent money. Never dip into the food money. All that stuff is still covered. So now it's just patiently wait, build my bankroll back up so I can go out there and get them once again. And it's all good. I have faith in my abilities to resell. I know my items will sell. It is a little slow right now because of the summer slowdown or whatever they call it. But I know stuff is going to start selling. I've very rarely go a day without selling something. Something sells just about every single day in my store. I usually sell about 10 things to 15 things every weekend, so I'm not too worried about it. Just going to let it all build back up. I hope this advice, if you want to call it advice, I don't know what you would call it. Trials and tribulations of Mess Hall Diggs, who kind of sucks at this, but thanks for tuning in anyway. It's your boy. Build your bankroll. Don't dip into the rent money. Don't borrow. Don't steal. And go out there and find them deals. Have the cash available so when you come across that awesome deal, you can pull the trigger on it. It's your boy, Mess Hall Diggs. I'm out. Your boy. Oh.